Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Now, you got the basics down. Let's do the applications. What's tan theta if cosecant of theta is minus root of 3 and cos of theta is less than 0? Typical diploma question. So what is tan theta? Tan of theta is y over x. Cosecant of theta is y over r. And cos is x over r. No, wait, sorry. R over y, sorry. Supposed to know all this. If you don't stop and think about it for a moment. Now, a lot of information in here. What is tan theta? Well, let's look at our restriction. This is cos of theta is negative. Now, C-A-S-T, cos is positive in the fourth and first quadrants, and it's less than 0 or negative in quadrants 2 and 3. So we eliminate quadrants 1 and 4 right off the bat. The other bit of information we're given, cosecant of theta equals minus the root of 3. Now, cosecant of theta, I don't like dealing with. When we do trig, I strongly recommend convert it. Becomes 1 over sine of theta. Now, flip both sides. Sine of theta becomes 1 over minus root 3. Now, so far so good, but there's a smidge of a problem here. Sine of theta is y over r. And you notice the way I wrote my minus sign, minus root of 3. We cannot have our radius negative. So this must be minus 1 over root 3. Now, if my y value is minus 1, minus 1 down here in quadrant 3, I have two choices for r. My radius goes like this, root of 3, or it goes like this, root of 3. But we eliminated quadrant 4 already, so I'm in quadrant 3. So I'm looking for my x value here. I know y is minus 1. Now I have to solve for x. And remember, brackets around your minus 1 if you're using a calculator. X is plus or minus root of 2. I'm in the negative axis, or quadrant 3, sorry, so x is negative. So if x is negative root of 2, give me a moment to look at that. We go on, back to our question. So tan of theta is y over x, minus 1 over minus root 2, which would be 1 over root 2. Now, the thing here is, on the old diploma, they didn't like this very much. You would have to rationalize the denominator. I haven't seen enough of the new diplomas to be certain of this, but be prepared to do it. So they might ask square root of a over b. What's a, what's b? Or they might have it 1 over the square root. In which case it's 1 over 2. 1 and 2. I don't know which way they're going to ask. Be prepared for both. Now, for the rest of this, there's two basic parts, either transforming the graph or coming up with the transformed graph. So, x, sorry. Now make it minus. What can you say about this graph without graphing it? That's what I expect you to be able to do. I just gave you a big hint there. The vertical stretch or amplitude is 3. B is 2. C, the phase shift, you don't know what it is because you have to factor out a 2. Going to the right, and D is 1. You're going up. Now, I can ask all sorts of questions on this. What's the domain? What's the range? List the transformations, yada, yada, yada. There's a whole bunch on this. Now, my personal favorite trick what's the period of so you're all going, oh, wait a minute. Standard trick. Double checking pi over 3 times minus 6. Be 6 pi over 3, which would be minus 2 pi. Yes. I always have to double check that. Now, the period, color code this. 2 pi over b. Which is 6. I could also ask what's the range. There's that 2 pi divided by b. What's the range? You guys pause the tape and work on that. When you're ready, come back. It was minus 1 to 1. And then it transforms. So minus 7 times minus 1 plus 3. 7 plus 3, or 10. And minus 7 plus 1 plus, plus 1 plus 3, or positive 1. So notice you get a reflection across the x-axis, so you knew the range is minus 4 to 10. Okay. Now, try one more of these, standard trick. Period. And phase shift. Of oh, we're not falling for that, Mr. Sutton. Now, let's see. Oh, sorry, pi over 2. 1/3 times minus pi over 2 is minus pi over 6. Yes. So, period. What's my trick? For tan, period is pi not 2 pi. That's the trick. And of course, the phase shift is pi over 2 to the right. Okay. So, guys, review that, and then we'll go on to the last part where it's graphs and coming up with the graphs.